See, we do not do good.
No, you don't. You do evil
Looks
things.
at Mordecai.
Hello there, and welcome back to our tabletop. That's not wrong light. Why do you give me that light? Oh well. As we carry on with our tabletop RPG series with some more Dark Heresy. In the last episode, our group of wannabe Inquisitorial acolytes took on the Acid Riot and won. So, with the enemy dead and dying, the last thing our group would have heard is the sound of a cry come down the hidden tunnel. And Lasfire. Lasfire that Darius would know well. As this appears as if Ceres Mantorus has not been sat idly by. No, when she saw the hidden tunnel in the corner of the map, she sent servo skulls to investigate said tunnel. Our group would probably send at least someone upstairs to check on how things are going, as probably the least wounded and also the one who is not here right now because Nuffle does not seem to like him very much. Liliana runs off to check on her beloved Tiffany. Oh, it worked out. It worked out beautifully. So as you guys collect yourselves, see to your wounds, and those who are wounded, you cut down Jonas. I actually have his name written down here.
Every time you say Jonas, all I can think of is the one from Horus Heresy series. So I'm not that helpful right now.
He is Jonas Evolus, not Quintilius. Jonas Evolus. He's a psychic null, which the two psychers have found out by now. One of the reasons maybe that Liliana ran off so quickly. But you are able to quickly figure out, after Liliana voxes down to you guys, well, microbeads, that it looks like your gang have, with the help of Tiffany and Urza of the Poison Kiss, secured this building, have held off the attack, the counter-attack of the Acid Riot, and currently the Acid Riot, with no leadership, are in a mad panic. Well, not so much a panic, but they're disorganized. Their small groups are attacking the building, and are just failing. And after a few more attempts, they give up entirely, scattering off into the surrounding lower hive area and further throughout. After you guys loot and scavenge everything that you can, you find that there is a decent amount of stuff here, but nothing very technological. There are no data slates, no data wafers, nothing, no written paperwork anywhere. There's a lot of detritus, junk and rubbish here, used drug paraphernalia, really the antithesis of what a grotty drug den for a gang would be like. These guys were not big on reading and writing.
I should probably state that I am actively making sure that whatever Mr. Charming's name was, I'm trying to not let him die.
Sure, he is in a. He would basically be at like critical 3.
I mean,
he's in critical,
yeah.
But it's mainly like he's got a broken nose for one.
So just standard Medicaid intelligence then.
Sure. A couple of his fingers have been broken as well. Things like that.
You know what? Because I like Ceres, I'm going to use one of Hector's charges on them. And I keep the charges on Hector's sheet on my own. I think I kept them on Hector's. Yep.
Am I blind? What the hell's the Persecutor?
Plus 30 in total.
You're not going blind. I couldn't find it either.
I am going to
You do
spend a fate
succeed.
point. No. I am going to spend a fate point I just refreshed to do
Oh, that's a good point.
dedicated healer, I believe it was.
Sure, you can.
And dedicated healer did Desperado. Dedicated healer, and when a chirurgeon character. Oh no, never mind. I can't because it's only for failed test. Never mind, then I don't spend it. It's 2 degree. Is it 2 degrees or 1?
It's 2 degrees because you don't actually
So plus
go.
5.
We don't go above 100.
Okay.
I don't know why the game goes above 100.
Well,
No, I'll leave it.
So he regains
2 HP. 2
Two?
plus your intelligence bonus. I will say, how do you guys feel? Do you want to go over 100 for counting for degrees of success, or keep it at 100? I would rather keep it at 100 because it makes more sense.
Keep it at 100 because
We're not Astartes.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're very rarely going to be rolling over 100 anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, you
Looks
can't.
at Jenny every time.
Technically, you can't. Roll.
Targets.
You can only roll 100.
Mm.
That's why I don't like it going over 100. Because obviously, when I add negatives to you later on, that gets soaked up with the negatives.
That's fine.
So sure, you're able to make him comfortable. He has some drugs in his system now, which seem to be helping with the pain. You straighten up his nose, which is cosmetic, but it's something that does help. You splint his fingers and apply bandages where needed, and lots of opiates.
Can I try and look at him using warp sense to see what he looks like? Because I know he's a null. I just want to.
You can try minus 30.
Minus 30. That is fine.
You're in a null field of a null with a null field of
10.
3. Sure, Geddy, what was up?
Yeah.
What book's the Persecutor in? The riot gun?
So it's in Inquisitorial Handbook. I think it's called the riot gun. It's not called the Persecutor, or it's called the Persecutor, not the riot gun. But you need to read in the descriptions for it. I had a lot of trouble finding it at first until I went to the shotgun section and started reading through the descriptions, because it actually says weapon of the Arbites, or Arbites, however you say it.
The one I found is the Arbite's combat shotgun, but I don't see anything about Persecutor or the riot gun.
I believe it is the.
Don't mean the Inquisitor's Handbook. I'm talking about the big sheet I have. But
okay, so it's on. I believe it's under ranged weapons for the Hive World. I believe so. Anyway. But sadly, you're just the interference that dear old Jonas is putting forth with his natural gifts are just too much for you to overcome, Mordecai. Mordecai. You just can't use your powers.
Look at him with disdain and just go over to Darius and just go, "You don't like twists, but we just fucking saved one." As a null.
Darius is right now leaning on this little podium bit, panting heavily and checking himself over and looks up at you. This shit went fucking AWOL. Not AWOL. Oh, by the Emperor.
Rogue.
Just hold still, Darius. Just hold still. Mama Jenny is gonna patch those wounds up. No Hector though. You don't need Hector.
Patch me up, Jenny, mummy.
I'm pretty sure I just double healed you. Because that's what 8 degrees plus.
That's 9 degrees, isn't it?
It's 9 degrees. One for passing.
9, so you
Additional.
regain 14 HP. Enjoy.
Alright, so I'm at 16, but I'm not at 16.
And is Mordecai wounded?
Yes. They're just going to be staring disdainfully at the guy we just
I'm just gonna
rescued.
quickly. Also, I don't even need to calculate this.
Jesus
No,
fucking
I'm
Christ,
full
yeah.
HP from that. I
Did
think
I
he just healed
I
me
heal
more
two-
than my max HP.
Did I heal 2 Mordecais?
What's that? That's 10 degrees of success plus what? 5 for your int bonus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you healed 1.25 Mordecai's.
Jesus Christ.
For whatever reason, I cannot find the shotgun.
Yeah,
I cannot for the life of me find it either.
Maybe the shotgun was the friends we've made along the way. Yeah, just kidding. I want my
It's not. He
shotgun.
shot at me with it. He didn't shoot Mordecai at me.
It's okay. I mean, I have the stats for it, so I can definitely give
Mordecai's a
you
friend.
the stats for
How
it.
naive.
But I'm just really surprised I cannot find it.
I can't
No.
either. It's exotics. That's launcher weapons. No.
That is. It's not. It might not be in that one. It might be in. Fuck, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, it might be in one of the other books because it's part of the Arbite stuff, so it's not part of the
For all I know, I got it from the Rogue Trader book when I was looking at that. To be quite honest with you,
Yeah, that's.
do you just
that's
want
also
the,
a
do you just want the
possibility.
stats for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Send me
So,
a screenshot of the stats and I'll put them in.
ooh, actually, that's a good point. I can do that.
Yeah, you got it from Rogue Trader.
Oh, is it?
Found it immediately.
Yeah.
1d10 plus 4i, if that's the
All
right
right.
one.
Yeah.
35 range,
Yeah.
standard, 3-round burst, 2
The shotguns I
re-round.
can only find Black Hammer and Meat Hammer.
Yeah, it's because it's from Rogue Trader. Oh no, the
okay.
hack shotgun is from the
Yeah, it's fun, yeah.
Underhive.
It's in the Inquisitor's handbook.
Yeah.
I will snip
Page
and
115.
yeah, I'll snip the stats for it so you can see them.
Next is, I get that put in a minute or two, but yeah, Darius is kind of. I think I kind of pushed it a bit too much, to be honest.
You took a few hits. Maybe you don't do that. I'm the one that's meant to get hit in the head, Darius, not you.
Darius is smouldering.
Yeah.
The
Part of it
damage
is-
was not permanent. Yet.
If
This time.
Darius, are you on fire still?
I think I put myself out at the end of the session. They're not.
Yeah. Well, no, I think we ended it, and it was basically everyone would jump on Darius to put him out. If it wasn't
Look,
rolling.
Darius just got jumped.
Look, Waldo, I'm good, but I'm not gonna be operating on a burning man. That's just counterproductive.
I'll be completely honest. I thought fucking Mordecai had something like control flames or some shit.
Yes,
and just
I do.
Big power.
Yeah, I probably would have done that already, to be fair.
Like, I
So
don't know if I put it all
you
out.
guys, you guys go around and you sort your injuries, whilst gathering yourselves. You know, maybe having a low stick or having a hit or
Oh, and
something.
I would definitely remove the from the torture rag because that just seems.
Yeah, I imagined you've already done
unkind.
that because you healed him. So you gather up the loot, hearing that the base is secure, and hearing from Liliana, who's up there. It sounds as if Urza and Tiffany kind of did what you guys said, basically took control of them, ran in there as shock troops and had them pluck off single fire, rather than using their full auto weapons that you gave them. And their injuries were quite slight. I believe you lost
Wasn't it like
7?
5? 6 or 5 or 6 or something?
I've got it
Yeah.
written down on a character sheet somewhere.
And they spent like next to no ammo as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
they
spent
were
like
active.
15 shots each or something.
Yeah.
No, this can't. Oh, I'm looking at something else.
You did most of the work for them, didn't you?
Hey. Maybe.
I believe you lost 8 men overall.
Okay.
So 22 of your 30 man crew are still alive. It takes about a couple of hours for things to calm down. Your men and you guys as fortify Tiffany, fortify this location, gathering up the loot that you've acquired, and hold tight for, like I said, a couple of hours for things to calm down. You'd be informed by Urza and Tiffany that the operation's been completed. You can leave. And as they turn round and look at you and your gangsters, their gangers, you would see that trucks move in, and a load of females in punk rock kind of garb, equipped with weapons, begin going round and smashing in the head of any Acid Riot gang member they find. Tiffany,
I found it! I found the Persecutor!
Tiffany doesn't look too happy, but Urza just has a smile on her face as she tells the Talon gang, which I believe is the name of your gang, to get in the cars that are outside and to clear off, basically.
Yeah. Gathering up my new loot and piling into the car. Muttering something to myself about killing the big uns just makes the small ones weak and frail for the most part.
So, you gather up your VIP.
Oh shit. Sorry, 1 second.
You gather up your VIP. You gather up your loot and your survivors, and climb into the trucks that the Poison Kiss have supplied for you, without much of a fight. There's a bit of a sad moment between Liliana and Tiffany, as Tiffany stays behind to manage the Poison Kiss troops that have just moved in, and you set off, taken far, far away. So, we come back to our main map of the Underhive, of the Hive world of Aquafria? I always forget. So, at the moment, Sunakun, do your job, do your duty. Good. So, at the moment, for those of you on the stream, our group of Inquisitorial Acolytes have been here. This was the Acid Riot's main base. Well, it is that no more. Because now, the Poison Kiss own it. And soon, oh, I didn't actually remove the, so, my bad, I was meant to have removed these a while ago. But it's good that I didn't. It's good that I didn't. Because the Poison Kiss have... What is this? Have reclaimed their territory. But our group, who should be... So our group who were down here, are going to spend the next, I believe it's 3.5, 4 hours travelling up to the Middle Hive, back up to the Drunken Eagle, the Thirsty Eagle. Hang on, wait. Okay, it's long.
It's Thirsty Eagle.
So, you're only doing 1/3 of the time. So it's like 7 hours. 7.5 hours? 7 1/3? Something like that. Takes you a while. Late into the evening, you guys arrive. Now, probably because it's in transit. The mission hasn't finished yet in your minds. We'll just pass up the fact that you're spending like 7 hours traveling back to the Jesus Christ, 7 hours. Okay, so yeah, after 7 hours of long traveling, you get back to the car park of the Thirsty Eagle. There, the door is opened up, and you are met by a number of Poison Kiss gang members, along with Ceres of the Poison Kiss. I can't remember if I gave her a second name.
Nightshade, I think.
Nightshade, that was the one. No, that's the gang name. Yeah. So Ceres Nightshade stands there. She has her gang with weapons, armed, pointed into the back of the truck. Just so that you're aware.
What's that about?
Sorry there, but I need to take some precautions. And to be honest with you, yeah, some questions. You lot have are very curious, very curious. And the way that you've handled yourselves, I need to know if you're a danger to me and my girls.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
If we wanted to fuck with you, we would have done so by now, don't you think?
I think you're still fucking with me right now. In a way. I'm just trying to figure out on what manner. Now, I find it a bit odd that you're just walking away from everything so easily, yet you wanted to start up a gang.
You think walking away from what we did was easy?
Well,
I mean,
you've just handed me and my girls most of the lower hive, any part that's worth taking, at the least.
and so you're suspicious.
Oh yes, very.
So, do you really consider us
Maybe
six
you
could
as
be
a
hand take on an entire gang instead of cooperating with said gang that has provided for us and we provided for them? It goes both ways, don't you think? You
That's
do
why
something for us, we do
That's why
something
I'm
for you.
taking this precaution. But I do see what you're talking about. That's why we're having this conversation. Because
So you're feeling
And I
threatened
think-
by 35 people against a
Ezio.
gang of hundreds.
Ezio, it's not the time
I
to
want to
pull
know what
that
your
line.
end goal is. Because allies can become enemies very
You
quickly,
want to know
and it
what
can
our
be
end
very
goal is?
bloody as well.
I
So
can
I'm-
tell you what our end goal is. Money.
Time to get off this rock.
Okay.
But for that, we need money.
Can I get a
I'm not lying. That's our
Charm
end
test.
goal.
I know.
But I will want... I want a charm test from each person.
Hmm,
For
Fuck.
Jenny, you will get a plus 20.
Because you're a woman.
Yay, 25.
The thing is,
For
I'm gonna
Four.
attempt and re-roll it.
Darius,
Yeah, that will make much difference.
you'll have a plus 20.
Hmm.
Dear Lord.
Oh no, sorry, Mordecai, your each bonus is different for each of you. For what you've done,
Oh.
what you've said, what you've... Don't worry, I'll keep that as your...
I just rolled it flat, so. So I think it's
So Darius,
what's
plus
it?
10.
Plus 10.
Yes, plus 10.
Is that to counteract my minus 10?
No, that's for what you've done throughout the group.
For
This
them.
is
Actually, no, I'm familiar with her, so
yeah, you are familiar with her, so you wouldn't take the minus. So I will
okay.
tell you now, it's a plus 30 for Liliana.
Oh, Liliana, have you been holding out on us?
Damn it.
That's a
Didn't
good roll.
realise she was so good at that.
That's a
Okay.
good.
Plus
That's a
30.
good roll. I like that. So for Ezio, can you do me a flat roll? And for Mordecai, yours would have been a minus 10.
I already did.
Yeah, you already did a flat roll
Okay.
with 10, target 30.
10 versus 3, so 3 successes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm
3.
just gonna page Saris, Mantorus, and we might have a situation developing here.
Why does she hate me?
You've been a bit of an annoying dick, to be honest with you,
Oh,
in
yeah.
her
Yeah,
presence.
I have. I really have.
You do need
like,
to remember, when your characters are annoying dicks to NPCs, or say stupid things to NPCs, or do stupid
What the
things
fuck's
around
an
to...
eagle?
I might be acting like, okay, this is going to be forgotten. I'm not. I'm marking it down
No,
and going,
no.
right, yeah, these are why.
The
However,
moment you reminded me, I was like, yeah, that's fair.
with Liliana's really fucking lucky roll there, you should be fine. Because that gives you 8 degrees of success. With Ezio's 3, that gives you 11 degrees of success. I was aiming for, on a 9, she's like, no, nods along, and on a 7 degrees, she's like, well, okay, but we tuck Kai's here, so yeah, with that extra 8 that Liliana just kind of leans in, like flutters her eyelashes, like, but I'm fucking one of your dudes, girls, rather. It's like, yeah, you are. This is true.
I mean, I was on the verge of saying, if we tried to fuck with you, Liliana would kill us, so... like, it works.
I will admit that it has been beneficial, so we'll keep our ties, but I will be watching you. If I think that you're trying to come in under us, let's see, then I'll keep my guard up, but for now,
Well,
why don't you go to your new
Like
club?
this.
Out of
Rather
character
than-
question. Did we already have gotten the bar or not?
You're in
No,
their
not
car
yet.
park. Like, you've literally, the door to the truck has opened. That's why you were in a really shit position,
I'm just
because you can't go
confirming
anywhere.
My notes. No, not that we went into the bar. Do we own the bar yet?
No,
No, not
that
the-
hasn't even
no,
come up
No,
yet.
that hasn't even...
Any objections to me bringing it up or not now?
Not now.
No.
Right up now,
Do
no.
meta?
I wouldn't bring it... If you want to in character, bring up something that's... was
Well,
only
my
really
logic
partially...
is, well, since you seem so adamant that we're undercutting you, how about you give us the bar that we went to before, liberate it, and give it to us so we are in plain sight of you. That will be my logic, not what I say in character.
Yeah, it's not right now while they're pointing guns at us. Bad idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
it was just a random thought.
Aye, right. Well, it seems as if for the next few days at least, we'll be occupied. So why don't you go over to your new club and stop mooching off
Our
of my...
new club?
Well, I can't have you living here forever now, can I? I don't really want you mooching off of me and my girls anymore. It was nice at first, but let's be realistic. I have the feeling that you're only going to bring trouble down on everyone that you're associated to, so it would be better if you had your own place to bring trouble down upon.
Wouldn't say we're mooching if we're paying for it, but if that's what you think.
Oh, and while we're at it, Smith's dead. Or was it Lorenz? One of them is dead.
We'll take out the other.
At some point, eventually.
Hi, I saw it on the camera. One of the reasons why I'm so suspicious of you all.
Because we killed an Arbite.
Because you all came back.
Um,
How much did you see on the camera?
He just smiles.
For fuck's sake. Can I do a scrutiny?
Sure, you can do a
I
scrutiny.
mean, like, did she
scrutiny.
not see the Cybernetica?
So you
Scrutiny.
have... Yep, actually no. Yep, you just roll. I won't tell you. I'll give you negatives afterwards. So if you're like, oh, I succeeded, and then I tell you that you failed, there's a reason.
Perception or fellowship is all I need.
Fellowship.
Okay, yeah, this is not going to go well.
Can I also scrutiny her? Just
There's
to
a-
get a vibe of
There's a
this?
reason
Only
that
if
I'm
you-
scrutining her.
Only if you use
And-
fellowship.
Of course you
Target
did.
5, here we go! No. Good effort, though.
Jesus Christ.
I just go, well, fuck it. Surprised you haven't shot me already then.
Well, maybe understand why I'm not so willing to trust you as much as I was.
Can you do me a favour? Don't
I do need
hold that against the rest of them. That's on me and me alone.
Oh, is this about the fire tricks?
I'll just give you a look, like,
Let's just
at least
leave
we're
it with
talking.
you. Let's just leave it
Mate,
with
you
you going
did
away.
incinerate a good portion of people with that flamer of yours.
I know. I was going on the whole assumption of, like, there's enough plausible deniability as to what we're talking about there, and they just bring out the fire trick. So, like, well, fuck. That's on
You-
me, and I'm still processing it all.
Oh, sorry. I should actually have 2 levels of fatigue after that fire.
And
Does Medicaid clear fatigue, or do you actually have to
Nope.
rest?
Well, actually, we were resting for 2 hours. For over 2 hours,
Yeah.
so it's back.
7
Yeah,
hours.
Yeah.
7 hours to
Yeah,
go.
so you should be fine.
Just
You lose 1 fatigue per hour, so.
Yeah, you're good.
hold that against me and not them. It's
Like I said, I've got a lot of work to do. And I'm not really in the breaking bread kind of mood. So, look off to your club. And I'm sure Liliana will get in touch in a few days. Or at least in a few days, Tiffany might be back up here. He gives a little, like, that was more to Liliana. And as she kind of says that, one of the girls walks round to the front of the cab and talks to the driver.
Can I try and listen in?
You probably can't listen into the conversation because you've got a big 40k truck in between you and the driver.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're in the background. Okay.
I just sidle up real close to Jenny and just go, maybe don't mentioned so overtly.
The door
I
on the
mean,
truck shuts because
she
you
had you
clearly.
on camera incinerating dozens of people with a flamethrower.
Real quick, I'm gonna motion for one of the girls just to tell them that I need to go inside, get my stuff, and then come back out.
That's not what I worry.
As the girls are, as the girl who was talking to the driver comes round, more girls come. Like, as you go to walk forwards, Darius, you can start to see more out of the truck, and some girls come into sight carrying bags full of stuff. Well, things have turned out better than the worst case, so I suppose you'll be needing all of this. And that would be all of your equipment that was left in the club.
I take the bags and just jump back in the truck. That's it.
How will we contact you when we finish the job?
Liliana.
That makes
Anyway,
sense.
let's leave them to whatever the hell they want to do.
I didn't
and
say we had
this-
cut ties. Just that you need to go away for a while.
Put it like this, miss. We don't like other guns being pointed in our face after a shootout like that. So give us a couple of days to recover, and we'll talk to you then.
She
Some of
nods
us
at that.
deserve the gun in our face.
I need to talk to you when we get back here as well.
The
Oh
door
my.
slides down. The engine starts up again. And you are kind of unceremoniously driven, like they're shaking around as you're trying to talk, and driven off. 2 and a
Oh,
bit.
wasn't that charming?
You got to remember, she's
Yeah.
seen what what she expects to see from a group, and what a group does changes
Yeah, she just
that.
saw like
Yeah.
commandos at work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
expecting to see
also
some.
possibly saw psychic shit, so
She
Nod.
probably expected under hive rabble. She got rather well practiced troops there. So
yeah.
as well as at least 2 psychers.
I mean, Liliana didn't use any psychic abilities, so
Yeah.
she kind of. I mean, again, and she also saved the day with that amazing roll. Is this the? Please don't tell me I didn't save the. Where's
Not save the salty nipple.
where?
Is it in the archive? In archive?
No, there should be a map for it here. Hang on, maybe I named it something else.
Didn't you reuse the Arbite map?
No, I actually made a
No,
map for you
no,
guys
that's
to
the big one.
use.
Specific map
Whenever
for
I can,
salty
I make a
nipple.
custom map for you guys to use.
That's fair.
Upper Hive, Noble, Upper Hive, Lower Hive, Under Hive, Under Hive, Under Hive, Arbites,
Oh,
Under
cool, I
Hive.
want some. I'll eat it.
This can't be right. I've only got one mid-hive bar, but it has none of the tokens on it.
Weird.
Hang on, roll 20. Wake the fuck up. Have you just not loaded the shit in?
Maybe.
Because I'm pretty sure I uploaded the tokens, so it can't do this to me. Hang on a minute. All my tokens are missing. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. I have the map hit. Why would you do this to me?
Very conflicting information here.
I'm not quite sure why. Like, they've been uploaded to Roll20. They just are not where I put them last time. Is why I'm like, why? But I had you in place. You were all situated. Son of a biatch. Okay, let me just double check this. So I believe I had it like this, because that's in. So basically you've got a hideout and a club. So after a few hours of driving, you get to the Salty Nipple. It's a bit of a bloodbath round here. Once you jump out, you actually see that the Poison Kids, whilst you were on your operation, were clearly doing operations for themselves, because the acid riot in this area just do not exist.
No, she told us about this before we went on the mission.
Oh yes. Well,
Yeah.
the thing she kind of, I don't think she kind of got through was that she was going to do this all over. Everywhere that she could, she was going to assault one way or another. Some places with their iconic poison, and other places just full-on assaulting the area. This was one of the areas that got full-on assaulted. But it also seems as if there weren't that many guards here. They only needed, like a dozen or so, rather than in the Underhive where they need, 30 or 40 in a base. Here it doesn't look like they needed quite as many. So as you look at the outside, unfortunately the nipple guy, he's gone. He was a casualty within the
No nipple man.
fight. So
What a shame. Not really.
Pouring out for fellow nipple bros.
And as you go in, you would find that the place is pretty much been destroyed. Like, it's complete wreck in here. It can be put back together. You've got half the number of chairs that... Oh no, has this actually got a random NPC stuck on the map? How disappointing. There is. No, it isn't.
Oh,
I don't know what that is. You could discuss for it later, when you see. So, I present to you the salty nipple, once I actually clear out the screen of Fog of War. Did you get to see all of it?
Oh no, our club is oblivion.
Our club is
the map.
fog.
I'm kind of scared what's behind the darkness.
And I've zoomed out too far.
Darkness.
I
No
might make it a little bit
errors.
bigger later on. We'll see. Oh, hang on. Let me go on to object layer so I don't move anything. So,
Oh, hey. What does
This-
this remind me of?
so this is not.
Hotline Miami!
Oh, yeah.
This is the.
Ah,
So the building itself.
Dibs
you
on the
have-
queen side.
You have 300. You have about 36 rooms. These are just general. Before they would have been like prostitute rooms, and lower down you have your club. When you
Oh.
actually walk in, you're down south.
That's
I'm gonna
a
put-
random NPC on the map.
I'm gonna put. I must have put something on the map. I must have put like a carpet down or something. Let's find a
I
rug.
think that was an NPC token he could put on the
Actually,
map creation.
I take this room
Yeah.
because it has the boldest computer.
So as you take over, come in, you can see that the bar's basically been destroyed. You walk through the building itself, and it is quite a large building. There are about, like I said, 30 rooms, 36 rooms that were for basically the girls to do business in. Oh, move to the other layer. So, short time prostitute rooms, basically. These rooms are pretty small. They're not very nice, but they would be perfect for your gang members to live in. Or if you needed to house certain... no, don't move that. Certain individuals that you wanted to interrogate certain things. As you move through the building, you move up to the... what would basically be like the penthouse for this area. Again, it's a middle hive building, so the quality's not amazing, but it's far nicer than anything you've lived in so far. Well, the area, anyway. You find that there are actually some very nice sized rooms upstairs. They're in kind of a crappy state, but with a bit of effort, you could certainly make them far more livable than they are now.
Come on, one room left. The last one is gonna stay in the toilet.
Oh, boy.
I'm
Yep,
sure
Lily-
Liliana.
Me or
Lillian
should
is sleeping in the
rooms
bathtub.
I
like
mean, let's put it this way: Liliana can sleep wherever she wants, as long as there's room for two.
For now, that'll do. The horrible rugs will be the...
it feels like this is a
They're quite
different
spiffy,
map,
to be
by
honest.
the way.
I like that. That's great.
So you at least See, I may have put in another room at one point. Like, I might have added a room to this. It just wasn't... It didn't look particularly nice.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of room over here. For like a kitchen, dining room, whatever the fuck this is. You know, do you need
It's an
it
open
all?
plan living space.
Yeah.
Fucking
What is
hate that.
this?
It's just too big. It's too...
Shower.
So, you all
Bathroom.
go into a room. All of these
shower.
rooms are disgusting, by the way. Like, the sheets are crusty. The computers that are in there are not in there. They're just battered out rooms. But it's a start. You'd also notice that as you go in, check around, like, you know, the power is on. You have running water to a degree. When after about, you know, a few hours of checking it out, going to get some food, because I'm guessing you guys, after 7, 8, 9 hours plus fighting, probably getting a bit hungry.
Yeah.
After you go out and get some takeout, for now, let's say Liliana goes out to get food because she wasn't hurt. She's the most sociable out of all of you. And she's the easiest one, like an NPC. Liliana will tell you when she brings food back that some of the girls who used to work here want to come back to work if it reopens. So you have a workforce.
Jesus. Stockholm something much.
I mean,
New management, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to work.
yeah, if we can give them jobs and just give them better jobs than what they had before.
Yeah, maybe
They're now not slaves.
So, you
also
now
maybe
take
upgrade,
ownership
bar.
of the Salty Nipple. So, in your journals, you will now find a character sheet called the Salty Nipple.
I don't see it.
Don't see it.
Da, da,
There
da,
we
da.
go.
Hey, salt nipple.
Well, Salty Nipple. No, it's salty.
Nothing in it.
Oh, salty.
It's a blank page for
Yeah, it will be until you click on these stats on the
No,
on the
this-
sheet.
No, it's just bio
no,
info.
if you set it so we can see it,
Bio
we can't edit it.
info,
We can't see
nothing more.
anything except for the bio.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't see the character sheet if it's
Yeah,
not.
unless we
No.
can edit it, we can't actually see the character sheet.
Well, that's dumb.
I know.
See, now, why have you guys not told me this before when I've given you access to it? Okay.
Because this is the first
So we
time
have-
it's come up.
yeah,
Yes.
it's actually, there you go.
Well, okay then,
Oh, it does
Jazina
1d100 damage? Fucking hell.
doesn't do damage. That's income.
It's
Well,
ruining
this damage is
the
damage to the economy. Why do we keep saying it every time?
Oh yeah, good point. I remember you saying that now.
Ah,
Yeah.
It will take some work. This place is not ideally suited for you guys to just be happy in right now. It stinks. It's dirty. There's a lot of blood everywhere. But it's better than the lower hive place. And as you get some food in you,
Oh, that sounds right.
you can take a bit of time and have
There's
some
no
discussions.
free market.
here, comrade. Oh dear. Why are we rolling Invisible Hand at the free market?
I love the fact that every time someone changes the shoot, it changes it for fucking everyone.
This is true. Yeah.
The invisible hand of the free market will, though.
There we go.
So I imagine after like 9 hours of traveling plus your fighting, you'd actually, after eating something, probably become quite combat fatigued.
I mean,
So-
can we get
Yeah.
some, like, proper bed sheets along the way?
Not
Oh,
at
no,
the
yeah.
moment.
Darius
So-
is walking into the room,
Do-
stripping the bed sheets and everything off the room, throwing it into the hallway, then crashing on the bed with his bedroll.
I think that would pretty much be most people's reaction for a what, it's got to be at
I do
least
the
an
same, that's
18-hour
what
day.
Darius does.
But I actually
Yeah.
invested in the bedroll, so.
Yeah, I did as well, if I remember
There you
rightly. No, this isn't my character sheet. This is the salty nipple. Fuck. I was like, where's all my shit? No. Yeah, I do have a bedroll. Sweet.
It shall be the salty nipple no longer.
Also, I'd like to point out I took one hack shotgun shell and 3 scalp tigger bullets.
Just
Because
to make
I
up for what you lost.
yeah, basically.
That's fair.
I was going to take the hand cannon ammo, but I thought no, better leave that for everyone else because if anyone wants to take one, because they're pretty good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so yeah, Darius is crashing on his bed with the bedroll. Can I
Okay.
lock the door?
Roll me a 1d10. On the 10, the lock is destroyed.
Oh yeah, it's like the other one, isn't it?
No, it's just it's a shithole. And you know, some things would be broken, but nothing should. No. Your lock works.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Does
get
the lock to my bathroom work?
1d10.
I mean, you
Yes.
don't need a lock on the bathroom
so
if your door has a lock as well. Come on.
Yeah, but if they can pick the door lock, then
So
yeah,
the
but the thing
night,
is, he
the night
actually has
passes.
communal bathroom with Ezio, it looks like.
what's
So-
this in here?
The night
It's
passes.
closet.
You all
Lilith!
sleep, and you wake up the next day, probably quite late in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monaco would have found some alcohol and drunk it, so yeah, very late in the day. Just
Like, I mean, Jenny would definitely have a strong desire to go get some actual fucking bed sheets and not this. I mean, if it's as moldy as you say, it might have fungus. Like, we may be looking at the beginning of an orc infestation.
Don't tell me that. I already have PTSD from one Xeno. I don't need more PTSD from another.
speaking of PTSD, someone is
Yeah.
handling this very badly right now. He's currently passed out from drinking. We'll
I
get
wouldn't
to
drink
it.
anything that was left here, to be quite honest with you, but okay.
Hello, Jim. You're very quiet.
He's,
Hello.
Jim. Oh. Hi.
Jim?
Huzzah!
Please don't blow my eardrums out when you actually get back to regular mic.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Not to...
That was actually Albie doing the hello bit.
I was actually talking to Jim Albie.
Oh,
Jimmy,
I'm going to
Jimmy.
use this. Let's see if this helps. Better?
Yeah.
Good.
Hello, Jim.
Sorry. I'm in a crappy laptop. And I'm using the 4G on my phone, so
Hmm.
Oh,
Thank
thank you
delicious.
for coming.
I may disappear at any moment.
So,
Alright.
the next day, you guys have woken up. Just as a heads up for Liliana, the Poison Kisses leader knows a lot more information about what you guys were doing down there than you guys realised.
She
She's seen
doesn't
on the
like us no
cameras.
more.
She's seen on the cameras what you guys have done. For those of you who have done stuff that you're like, oh shit, someone's seen. Yeah, she's seen. So she's very much not on your camp anymore. However, you did save the group with a natural 2 roll with your charm. So she's still on talking terms with you all. You've been given the salty nipple, the club, and you've basically been told to fuck off. And contact her in 5 days, a week's time, just to let things calm down and for them to think things through, basically. And right now, you are in your new base. You have just woken up on your first morning, your first evening there.
And you're sleeping on the couch.
No, don't. No.
There's enough room. You know, there's 36 rooms in this place.
Just
because
because
it's-
it's a slightly more crusty room than.
Yeah, exactly. There may be some unregistered crustaceans in those rooms.
Well, no one here was posh enough to have lobsters, so it's probably just crabs.
Legend says that lobster still lurks beneath the floorboards, watching, biding its time.
Jesus Christ. Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh, there you go. Alright, that's my nose stop bleeding.
Darius's
Yeah, well,
nose was bleeding? Wow.
No, when I yelled "oh shit" earlier, my nose started randomly bleeding.
Ah, okay.
I rushed away to get some tissue.
That's
It's
fair.
not good.
We came back to us being put at guns at, so I'm a little annoyed. It's not bleeding. It's not stopped yet.
So by all means, guys, you have days to. So you've woken up. You want to do stuff, talk about things, then take it away.
Yeah, I suppose Jenny would at some point ask everyone to come like to the common area. But since everyone's going be right back, I'm gonna do that as well.
Okay.
Be right back.
Okay. So
Did he ask leave or did he do a joke? No, he left.
it seems like
Computer
everyone's kind of. So
Okay.
before.
Just so I know, am I still in contact with Tiffany? And
For the next 5 days, Tiffany is busy. The Poison Kiss are basically doing operations on their own to take out what remains of the Acid Riot and to resecure their own holdings. Ceres has basically said, fuck off to you guys for... Have I? Yes, okay. To you guys for a few days while she gets her head around the operations that are going on, what they're doing. So for the next couple of days, no, you won't be. But she did at the very least say to you that Tiffany will contact you in a few days' time once things have calmed down.
okay. And just so I remember this correctly, Ceres is pissed off because Mordecai flamed the entire nightclub, or
She saw most of that combat. Let me
Okay.
put it to you that way. And you lost 4 people. You lost 8 people in total. You guys lost
Yes.
no one. You know, you guys came back unscathed. Well, no, not unscathed, but you know, she did not expect. Think of it this way: you guys have not been honest with her to start with, and then she's just watched a military operation go off like clockwork. Having Mechanicus 8 forces turn up, having your guys massacre people. She's now looking at your group of, oh look, they're just do-gooders, they're from these. No, who the fuck are these guys? You've already been suspicious in a way of what you talk about around her, because to be honest with you, some of you haven't been taking the game and talking around certain people very seriously. So she's already suspicious as hell of some of you. And then she watches on a pick feed you guys doing military operation shit and taking almost no fatalities, and only a couple of casualties whilst going up against an Arbite in Carapace. She's like, nah, I don't trust these fuckers anymore. But fortunately, your role did save the group. She is in contact with you. If you had rolled poorly, you would have been cut off from the Poison Kiss now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If you want to get rid of that U room, I can just pile some stuff in here and make it into kind of a room. Just so Darius has a little thing set up in this little bit in here. Looks like a spare room anyway.
No, there's only needs to be one more room added. I have added it. There we go.
Yeah.
Now everyone has a room.
Staircase there.
Nice.
Hang on, did I not crop off your bathroom? God damn it, I didn't crop up. So yeah, you were meant to have a bathroom as well, but now you don't. Unlucky.
And now we just got 3 of us are using the communal bathroom.
but
These 2 got the
I
fucking
want a
en-suites.
bathroom.
Yeah, no, I cropped off.
Back.
So I was meant to crop off a bathroom as well for you, because yours was meant to be the same as Waldo's room in the corner, but I accidentally didn't crop it off. So you've got a bigger room, but no ensuite. Unlucky.
You
That's what
apparently
you get
also
for
have
having
like
your
a
electricity
doll.
blow up.
I'm gonna have to steal someone else's room then.
There's a
No, you're
bathroom
not.
right here. There's a just
Look,
communal.
look,
Not even
Jim.
communal.
We gave you plenty of time to rebuild your transformer. It's not our fault that you decided to slack off.
I apologize. I couldn't get to the street quick enough to fix an entire transformer that blew out of the street.
No suffer.
Listen, like the tower, they could do it in 25 minutes.
So for reference, it's now the 36th of the year 988. Take it away.
Oh yeah, so I need to do the. No, wait. Different campaign. Different campaign.
Again.
God, no,
Also, I
ignore
do
that.
have to ask, the thing about my boots, did I actually lose them, or was I just joking around?
They were missing.
Okay.
So, anyone knows the first thing about running a business?
You have to spend money to make money. That's
That was
what
by
the
far
books
the
say.
most guard answer you could say, and it's perfect.
First things first, we need to clean this entire place up. Get the place a facelift so it doesn't look like ass anymore. Rebrand and relaunch.
I'm
Get
disappointed
some.
we lost our sofas, but at least we still have chairs.
Maybe something with a bird.
I mean, we do have the balancing, so what birds do we know?
How about
Mm.
Ravencourt?
A raven?
Hmm.
A raven. I'm all for
Ravens
ravens.
have palace.
Ravens are majestic.
Whatever we do,
I-
get better alcohol than what was already here.
I think the question is, what is this place going to be? Is it going to be a bar? Is it going to be a strip club? Is it going to be both? Is it going to be what? Because,
I'd say we should keep it as both.
right,
Just,
so
you know,
should
a
there not
bit
be
more
name that
tasteful.
kinda suits with it?
No dead
Yes.
poos.
As well, no dead pools, not whatsoever. And as soon as we can talk to the acid riot again in good terms,
The
well,
kiss.
Acid riot?
sorry, poison kiss.
I think we overperformed, and that's why they don't like us anymore.
Put it like this, I think we need to actually come up with a contingency plan now.
Mhm.
That's simple.
Yep. Doesn't help that I burned all of our bridges.
I don't think
How
making
is
puns is going to get you out of this
this?
situation.
This? How's
No.
our friend doing? Because we kind of forgot about him.
Oh yeah, we forgot about him, friendo. McNull
He
shit.
just went into one of the spare rooms.
Okay. Give him
I would
that
invite
regard,
him
he
to our
doesn't
table.
He's asleep. He was being tortured.
He was
being tortured for
Fair.
weeks. He's just like,
Fair,
fuck
we'll-
you guys.
We'll break bread another time.
I'd expect you all to remove 5 thrones each for the food and supplies that you've kind of bought,
No, yeah.
and the bit to go towards him, just for the initial couple of days that you're here.
Just fine.
All right.
Well, if you want to spend more on food to have decent food, by all means you can. I'm thinking
I'll
this is
spend
just
50.
meat on a stick from a vendor outside.
I'm spending more to get decent. Well,
Basics are nice, I think.
Apparently genocide.
I'm getting alcohol, so I'm gonna spend more.
Apparently for Mordecai, low genocide works for the appetite.
No, it doesn't. Do you think I like?
Nom, 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 nom.
No, put it like this.
That is not something you should tease him about, Jenny. That's
It's
really,
nothing to tease.
really
It's nothing to joke
nothing
about
to
or
make a
anything
joke
else.
I'm not
Right.
happy with what happened there.
But so
An
we
old saying,
have
that can pass around is no plan survives contact with the enemy, and that is very clear with what just happened there. Because our initial plan was just drop the concussions. We kind of fucked up and thought, screw it. Why don't we just try and get closer and shit? We should have went initially with the concussion plans, and if we make a plan, try and stick to it as best we can. Because what you said before about the whole thing with the psychers being a little off on occasion just due to what their thing does. I've seen commissars shoot men for less than what you've done. Put it like that.
Then shoot me now. I deserve it. Didn't. I don't know.
look. We still need you.
And I'm not a commissar.
That you're not. So,
No, I
how
got this
do
thing because I can't shoot for shit, but the moment all hell breaks loose, I wasn't expecting that.
Right. You still have your Civitas, right?
Mm-hmm. And this
Uh,
flare gun thing.
Yeah, don't keep the flare gun in your pocket. How about me and Ezio taking a turn showing you how to try and use that properly? Just so it's something to fall back on. I know the whole flame thing is your thing, but it's quite simple. You can't just rely on the sword. You can't just rely on the fire. You're gonna have to get a hold of a gun eventually.
I got it not because it was fire, but because I heard any idiot can use them.
Not entirely wrong. Not entirely
Apparently,
true.
I was
but-
definitely an idiot.
We have weapon specialists for a reason in the guard, something like that.
all right. Enough mulling about what happened. We need to look as to what to do now. We have a potential source of steady income, or as steady as it could get. This could fulfill our mission objective.
Well,
How many floors is our building?
It's about
Right.
3 or 4.
if there's 36 rooms, probably 4.
Because I'm just thinking, we could open both the strip club / bar, but we could also make the first floor instead of the strip club and make it a dining place / bar.
I don't know because wouldn't you need to walk through the strip club / bar to get to the?
Wouldn't it be better
No,
to
no, no,
do
no,
it
no. We would put
reverse?
Actually, we have limited like enterprise space because like there's only so many places we can like jam stripper poles in and stuff.
I mean, might be worth it to just serve food in the bar and the stripper club. Not that uncommon. Doesn't have to be high cuisine, just something palatable. Most of the time they will be buzzed, to say it politely, anyway. So even if you serve them divine food, they won't taste the difference.
Jimmy, how about you run your little Medicaid business out of the first floor or something too?
I
Street doctor or something.
could, yes, certainly, if I had. Well, you understand there's only so much I can do with. Well, nothing really. Just,
Just
just
fine.
don't expect me to install cybernetics here.
No. What I'm talking about a street doc is someone comes in here. It'd probably be nearly open for gangers, would it not? Because it would have to be under the radar.
If they have the coin.
So, if you look in the Salty Nipple character sheet, in the journal, it will tell you the upgrades and the costs and things that can be upgraded.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever we do with this place, just need better booze than what they were selling already. And those girls that wanted to work here, again, actually pay them. I don't think they were paid before.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, first things first, we need to clean this place up. Take down that sign that says Salty Nipple outside. Get the rest of our troops situated and, well, used to this place. And then we can think about opening this place back up again.
True.
Well, I guess we better go looking for someone who can help us do this place up, because I don't think us five are going to be able to do it all on our own.
Yeah. If we still had good enough connection with
I
the.
doubt we will be able to pay the poison kiss to do it.
Not right now, at least.
How
No.
sexist. What makes you think they would care about interior design?
Yeah. God.
We know them, they run brothels. At least,
That's
that's
what
what
they-
I
Can you think of any contacts you may have made over your time in the Underhive that could maybe help you?
Resource gathering? What's
I-
his
I-
name?
I mean,
I doubt Dodgy Dave would. That doesn't seem like he is kind of a new.
I mean,
Oh,
Dodgy Dave could get a hold of some
actually-
supplies for us, would he not?
yeah.
actually, there are two. Dodgy Dave, which we don't know if he's still alive because we haven't talked to him in ages.
Forever. Yeah.
And the other one would be, I think her name was Elena. Maybe she can hook us up with someone in construction business.
So, I'll tell you now,
Sorry.
it's only Dodgy Dave, the contact, who could help you with stuff in the hive.
Yeah.
No, sadly, here's what's going to happen, guys. I'll give you a little teaser of what will come up. Time is going to pass. You're going to have at least 10 days of time just passing. You can do stuff in this 10 days. If you want to send messages to people, you can. If you want to get people in to do work on the club, you can. If you want to do your own projects, you can. Or do your own research, you can. But yeah, until you guys get to a point where you can go, okay, we want a time skip. I can't get messages onto people to get messages back. So yeah.
I think we should hit up Dave to see maybe he knows like some interior decorators on the slim chance that he does. Just like, so we need to start somehow.
I think we should get a hold of, or send a couple of messages to Dave and Mary to make sure they're still alive and everything first, and the fact that they should be able to get us a hold of some of the materials we need to touch this place up. If we can't get a hold of someone who can do all the work like that, we have, 28, 22 guys and gals left that want to work for us, gang members. So
Plus, however many girls want to come back here.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll help out when I can, but I gotta think about a couple of things.
I mean, in the meantime, I also should probably care for the Mr. Charming. Because I don't...
Just keep him away from me and Liliana.
You think I want to be near him? He was rude.
Please do, or I may end up punching him in the face. I apologize in advance if that does occur.
He's rude to you. To us, it's a feeling we don't want to relive. Let's put it that way. It's not pleasant, to say the least. If I knew he was a fucking null, I may not have suggested we save him in the first place.
Jenny's just gonna tap her microbead like she's listening. She's always listening.
Oh yeah.
Remember,
Jenny.
remember who's your service provider.
Liliana would just look at Mordecai and say, "No, Mordecai. Even if we hate his guts, that doesn't mean
He might
we
save
should
your ass
save
one
him."
day.
Well, thank you, Yaz. Actually, I'm gonna get up and get out of my room real quick.
We
Jenny,
grab the helmet and come back
question. Did Saren ever told you about about what to do after we liberated him? It may be a light question.
Not really, no. I'm sure she would like to see him, and then promptly regret her decision. But
I mean, we could drop her off.
Get
Drop him off with her.
got similar vibes. To be
I
honest.
mean, we could do that. We could drop by Dave's on the way, since if I recall the map, it's vaguely on the way to Ceres's hideout.
No. Yeah,
There's
good idea.
actually one more thing I would like to suggest we all go do after we go meet Sarah's down there. We should probably finish closing up that, how do I say this, passageway in the safe house. The one where she's gonna look at Darius and then at Monica. The one where, that creature almost killed the both of you.
Yeah. Real quick though, Jenny, I'm putting the helmet on the table and saying, if this thing has a combi in it, I want you to see if I want to ask to see if you can get the frequency of it. That way we can actually get a hold of the Arbites comm channel.
I could certainly try.
If not, make sure this thing isn't broadcasting a signal.
Tech use plus 60. It's a really simple thing for a Mechanicus to open up the helmet and remove the microbead.
Yeah, no, I got you, fam. I got you.
Yep, you have the Arbites, box frequency, the channels. You basically have the channel frequencies that the Arbites use. So you could scan them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm planning to do right now.
So here's the thing. I'm just trying to check. So the helmet would have access to them and you could scan it through the helmet. But you wouldn't be able to scan it through your other microbeads because they wouldn't be unlocked to it. I imagine the way that it works is there are certain radio frequencies that are locked out for military and police purposes.
It would have an encoder on it.
That's the word I'm looking for, an encoder. So technically you do have an encoder. You only have one, so if you want to try and make more for the rest of your comm beads, you could. Or this helmet, for now, has access and you can cycle through the channels.
How hard would it be to link the helmet to our microbeats, to channel to our microbeats on a permanent basis, Jenny?
Probably not best to do that, to be quite honest. I'll probably link your comm bead to its mic as well. And if we're trying to listen in on their comm bead while talking to each other, it's going to transmit through.
Yeah,
We should
indeed.
also probably finish off that other Arbite before too much time passes.
Yeah.
Listen,
Indeed, we
if they
should.
don't want to talk to us at the moment,
That can at
fuck
least.
them.
Well, even if the poison kiss will not talk to us, killing the last Arbites that is opposed to the poison kiss will at least buy us some more favor, I guess.
It'll buy us more favor, but at the same time, it'll give them a little bit more sway in the thing. And right now, I'm sorry you got personal feelings with one of them, or all of them, I don't know, but I don't trust them anymore. Quite simple. I'm back in there.
Also, to be honest, we also haven't been exactly behaving nice to establish a long-lasting relationship.
Technically, the fact that we didn't have a straight story to tell them when we came to save the whoever the name of the guy was, that is probably why she doesn't trust us at all. I mean, would you trust us?
It's more of it that she expected, hives come, and instead she got commandos.
And she
Don't they do
probably
commando
saw me.
style attacks too?
She
This
also
is a
probably saw me use
hive,
my powers.
Ezio.
So,
She also just looked a gift horse in the mouth, don't forget. We did her dirty work for free, basically. All we wanted in return was, well,
Discord? Hi.
Hello.
Technically, we didn't do this for free. We did this because
we did this because we needed
We
needed
wanted
their
to-
help to get into this thing. We did their dirty work for them. And then she turns around and has guns trained on us as soon as we leave. So yeah, if with all due respect, I'm making a backup plan for when these things fall through. I didn't make backup plans before, but now.
Well, there is always the ultimate backup.
Oh?
Although I doubt she would actually believe her. But come to think of it, she
Spill the
might
beans.
just. After that display, she might just.
Are you suggesting we disclose our affiliations?
Only if we're pushed up against the wall with no other options left.
I can work with that.
Then we'll just raise a hand and stop everybody. And she's gonna look at Jenny and say, "Tell me, Jenny, before we actually start saying every single thing, did we actually check this entire place if it's not bugged, if the cameras are linked to someone we don't want to be linked to?"
Shit. Did we?
No.
We did not, sadly. Also,
Then I would like to move forward and say we should probably not talk about anything sensitive just yet. Let's just
Like she's gonna believe it.
Jenny, you hear
Yes.
a click on your microbead, and then...
As always, sister, I have you protected in these areas. Please continue.
Thank you, Mentors. And I say that out loud.
I say out loud also thank you.
We don't have
The place is clean. Well, surveillance clean.
we have someone else watching us, not the one we're talking about watching us. So
What do you mean?
We're talking about our other mechanical
Nightshade.
friend, right?
No, you're talking about night. You don't want Nightshade listening in.
yeah, we're
but
talking about the
Sarah's
poison kiss.
Mantaurus.
For a second, I thought Darius meant the camera servo skull, and I'm like, we don't know about the camera servo skull, do we?
Can I roll
No.
perception to see if I just randomly spot it?
No,
Minus
sadly,
60 or something.
So here's the thing: if you guys had gone with your original plan of having the servo skulls drop flashbangs, I would have had you all roll perception, and on a 5 and lower, you would have seen one of the flashbangs bounce off something in midair and then drop down. That's not meant to.
Hmm.
That's right. Right.
But I did actually
So-
forget to mention it this episode, so it is there in the background somewhere.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I can hear everyone again. Sorry about that. I've missed out a lot.
You didn't miss out on a lot.
Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Oh shit. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Like Liliana was saying, a consistent story would be good, and not having everyone talk over each other would also be good. So I'm gonna say now I'm personally stepping down from as many conversations as I can.
Yeah, we should appoint a talker person.
Well,
Not that the
Liliana
others
seems to have a,
can talk, but best you only
Well,
have one talk, less chance to screw it up.
Liliana seems to have a talent with her tongue. More so than the rest of us.
Liliana's gonna raise a single eyebrow and look at you like, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
Darius is just shaking his fucking head.
I didn't mean it like. I didn't mean it like.
sure you didn't. Sure you didn't.
I believe you mean I have a particular silver tongue, perhaps?
Yes, that.
You are quite proficient in oral arts.
You're not helping, Tech Priest.
I wasn't trying to.
I don't think Jenny is capable of joking about something like this, Darius.
I didn't mean it like that. It just. It's been a long day. It's a stressful day, and I need more drink.
Which, how many cups did you already have?
How many what?
Cups.
I think it's bottles at this point. Like, probably gone through 2 bottles of.
You want a bottle
Two
of
bottles
alcohol?
of Anzac,
That's.
Jesus.
I'm
That's a
saying
fucking
if
lot.
you're not drinking Amasec, if you're drinking just alcohol, 25 thrones for a cheap bottle of alcohol will probably get you there. This isn't rock gut; it won't make you blind, but yeah, it's not.
I mean,
It burns.
I'm including from what I drank last night, like in total from the past since we got back here. Yeah.
Because now remember, guys, you don't have any free. There's no free rides here. If you want to drink, cool, you got to pay for it. If you want to eat, cool, you've got to pay for it. So as long as you're
when we
removing
bought food,
thrones,
I took 30 thrones off extra anyway. So
I'm not gonna penny pinch with you guys if how much you take off, when you take off. As long as you can be honest and keep taking off thrones for what you think you're doing. Like my GM doesn't keep track of how much my character smokes. But trust me, I've gone through some gold coins worth of tobacco at this point in our campaign.
More like bars.
yes.
I smoke constantly and remove tobacco constantly from my character. Just like, he smokes like a chimney. It's gonna cost me some
This
gold.
is basically what I've done for this. I'm just gonna remove gold. Just be like, that's fine.
How much is the Amazon you said?
Out of character, how much?
Bottle of Amsec's
It
50.
can be for possession.
Bottle is 50, you said?
A bowl
Is
of
it a bottle?
Amasec.
I think it's a bottle of guard grade Amasec, because Amasec can go to thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll just have a drink too, and I'm smoking, so I'm removing some cash.
So I'm spending 10 on rations and 5 on recaf there, so.
I just
Another
spent
fucking
60,
room.
10 on food, and 50 on alcohol.
Why do we have another room?
Liliana is gonna glance at Mordecai, then she's gonna turn at Darius and Jesse. Perhaps seeing as how you two are military personnel, perhaps we should have military exercises, as in trigger discipline and when to shoot, when not to shoot, what to do, what not to do, especially in the middle of a crowd. Lydia's gonna scratch her head, take a long drag of a low stick.
Ouch!
I thought
And she's just gonna
that, but sure.
she's just gonna be looking down at the table. She's not looking at anyone.
We're all guilty of it, to be honest, so we probably should do it.
I'm saying any of us should be out of it. I'm just saying we do need better training.
And
I'll not
coordination.
lie to you. I'll not lie to you guys. I probably have killed 1 or 2 civilians back on Phonos. But
Back on where?
That was under very different circumstances.
1 or 2 isn't.
I'm saying that lightly. I was part of a cleanup squad, so.
You see, it's your clench.
I do believe you should make more effort to compartmentalize. There, that's the word, I think.
Yes.
Oh,
Not
I've
all
lived
of us
most.
have computers for brains.
That might be good and all. You might have got the right word, but I don't know what that means.
You need to be detached from your
believe
work.
I have ever killed an innocent.
I don't
But
actually have
that's not
computer
the
for
issue.
brain, Mordecai. I merely was, early on in my training, taught that some losses are just that, losses. One can do nothing about them and one should just move on. What happened has happened. Dwelling on it won't change it.
Yeah. It will stop me doing it again. That's what I care about.
That's one of the heavy lessons you learn. Don't lose your humanity.
It is not a matter of humanity.
Not that most people see my kind as human anyway.
Dash is kind of scratching the back of his head at that.
Oh, no quiche.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'll be completely honest. I'm sorry about my prejudices, but twists aren't exactly common or well liked on. Well, we're on Phonos.
Mutants are
Then I
not
will
liked anywhere.
You're still
Then I will-
better than most people.
Yeah, we shipped them off to a lunar colony as penal legionnaires.
Lena will light another glow stick, and she'll look at Mordecai, scratch her head again, and say, "Oh, Mordecai, we are human, even if we have to tell ourselves that each and every single day. And we are human, and since we are human, we do make mistakes too." We just have to learn from our mistakes and make sure they never happen again.
That's exactly what I intend to do.
Oh my god, I hope not far too big.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, what now?
A machine would not make a mistake.
Alright, Cogboy.
For fuck's sake. Every time.
Liliana will just look at Jenny and say, "Yes, Jenny, Liliana, a machine would not make a mistake. It would just rust and fall over and never learn, probably."
There is a reason why abominable intelligence has been outlawed. But I was not talking about that.
The fuck's an abominable intelligence?
The machines that could think for themselves.
Liliana's gonna look at Jenny. I'm sorry. Machines can think for themselves?
Not anymore, they can't. They were outlawed and all destroyed following the... I wouldn't know about the Men of Iron, right?
No. There's
No?
one cantrip that the Mechanicus, or not a cantrip. There's one scrap of law that the Mechanicus has that says, do not allow abominable intelligence become like the Men of Iron. It's like there's one passage in.
And then I would just say, the Men of Iron,
You know what now?
Men of Iron. I don't...
I mean, tech priests?
No. You don't say things like that near a tech priest. That's a great way to become a servitor.
Yeah, you don't tell people to fucking replace their heads with computers either. Around everyone else. But
Actually, they do quite often.
yeah, but you don't do it around normal people like us.
Liliana
Are
will
you
just.
implying that I am not normal?
Alright, people, calm down.
I'm gonna stop this now.
Liliana's gonna take a swig of the Anasac. She's just gonna start massaging her temples and going like, "There are actually people that are made entirely of iron? What the fuck?"
Not anymore, they're not.
It just flew way past Liliana. She has no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
Okay.
it seems like whoever they were, made mistakes too. Then
Listen, Mordecai.
I'm sorry for.
No, don't. You're fine. You just. You'll need to learn to move on. It's gonna sound like it's a shitty fucking situation, but unfortunately, you that's what you're gonna have to do.
And I will. Just might take me more than a day.
Yeah, I know.
Just try not
Regardless.
to drink yourself senseless.
Regardless, I think we should move on to what we do now. So, are writing a message to Dave, trying to get a message to Dave.
Sounds like a plan.
Right. What else? Throw the ideas on the table and let's get this shit done.
Get
Turning in our extraction or extractee or VIP. You get the gist.
I'm sure she'll be in touch.
I'm going to deliver him to her. At least for her to see him. I don't know if he's gonna stick around with us or not.
You need an escort.
Click, click, Denny.
Click, click, yes.
By all means, he can stay with you. It would be far more comfortable for him to be in the middle hive. In your current base is far more suited to those with weak flesh.
Well, I must admit the beds are much comfier than the ones downstairs.
You did take the sheets off, right? Didn't you?
Of course I did.
Okay. I was gonna be a little bit concerned if you didn't.
My husband enjoyed that weakness, and that weakness led to his possible downfall.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know you were married.
It was a long time ago now, but I find the rigours of the machine aid in quelling the emotions of the flesh. But if you should need any assistance in remodelling, I can send some of my monotask servitors up with maintenance equipment.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
I shall send
That-
3 up with basic maintenance protocols, cleaning, and I suppose I can do some maintenance protocols as well as in electrical work.
One small detail, Saris. None of them are people he knew, right? Because that may not go over well.
No, I honoured them by giving them more gifts of the Omnisire. The monotasks are all ones that I have reclaimed from the lower hive and repurposed for our use.
Good. The outsiders just don't understand. They don't understand the cycle of life.
Even in death, we may serve.
Exactly.
Hector just pipes up as that comes on.
Even in death, we serve.
That you do, Hector. That you do. Pat, pat.
You hear Beethoven from Ezio's room. Just even in death we serve, and then there's a weird clangor noise coming from Mordecai's room.
Do we hear this?
Please, no. I don't want to hear this.
You would hear the two, like Beethoven and
I mean
Hector.
the servitors in general.
The servo skulls, Hector and Beethoven. That would have been in low Gothic, but unfortunately for poor old Rhea, it's binary clangor.
And then the other is just gonna massage her head again and just say, Jenny, would it be heretical or against the machine spirit for you to fix her Voxbox so I don't get a headache each
I
and every
could attempt to. The results may vary.
You do have parts.
I mean, so long as I don't get a headache each and every single time she speaks.
I can attempt repairs, but again, results may vary depending on the severity of the damage.
I mean, would it be heretical if you fail to just remove the voice box?
That would complicate facilitating communications.
You can spend some time in your 10 days that you will technically be having to do things like that.
I'm gonna need to buy a lot more alcohol then. And glow sticks.
A small ship's engine. What? What? Why must I calculate these things?
I'll explain later.
So
Why do you want the ship engine?
I can tell you now,
It's a secret.
I have no idea.
It would be a conversation starter at the very least.
Yeah, I would have no idea, to be honest. I'll look in Rogue Trader.
It's a
By all
squeak
means.
ship. Also, by small ship, I mean very small.
Okay, by all means, carry on. Hector goes quiet and hovers onto Lanson. Jenny's shoulder.
Jenny, is there
Yeah.
any chance you can fix my servo skull?
Matter of fact, we were just discussing this, and I may attempt repairs, although the results may vary.
Okay, sorry, my internet cut out for a second time. Well,
What is this internet you speak of?
it's
Well, the proper term would be a noosphere. It is a
So,
mechaniker's network.
Mordecai was currently just staring off into the distance, just dead-eyed.
okay. Okay, sorry.
So technically, when any character loses internet, even in the middle of a conversation, they just go dead-eyed and start staring off into the distance, and you can't really contact them. The
Turns
stresses
out
of
they
being a
were
phone
just-
agent.
Turns out we're just unplugged from the Matrix.
The warp is fucking with our minds.
Sorry.
Um,
I'll go back in character.
yeah, could you also maybe try and... I got these spare handles from Mr. Black a while ago. Do you think you could mold them to my hands and put them on my sword? It's a family sword, but it's not terribly comfortable.
Hold on. I'm a mechanicus chirurgeon, not a blacksmith.
Well,
He's basically asking for a custom grip, which
yeah.
technically is something you would have
I
made a
might-
few times in your apprenticeship.
I might attempt. Again, I would need materials, time, and the workspace.
I already have the materials for you. I bought them a while ago. And
Say, Jenny, do you
haven't
think
had a
it's-
chance to bring it up with you.
Say, Jenny, do you think it's an idea to maybe install a workshop in one of our floors? You have plenty to spare, I believe.
What are you asking me again?
If it's worth it to install a workshop in this building.
Possible, yes.
Any objections from the other persons?
Why did you just post that twice, yes?
Because you were confused.
You said who, what, when, what, and then you just posted it again. Thanks. Who said that?
Someone.
Oh dear.
Problem being, we don't have unlimited space. Having a workshop would be nice, maybe a small workshop in one of the rooms, but I don't think we should convert an entire. More than that, I don't think we should even consider them
How
now.
many floors do we
What is
have?
this?
32, right?
We need to focus on easier things first.
I would vote to get the club running first. Then we can do the miscellaneous.
Alright.
Storage room.
So,
I'm with you on that one. We need
Because
clean the
I'm
crust
willing
out of this
to
place.
vent this bar thingy.
ultimately, we need the money soon-ish. We have deadlines, and we haven't done or discovered something nearly big enough to warrant failing.
Mordecai,
Yeah.
intelligence test, plus 30.
Oh, okay. Worried.
Ah, yes. I think I know what this is thinking about.
Plus 30. There we go. God damn, I'm gonna use a fate point to reroll that.
I think only you were given it, so I
What are you
think
doing?
only you were given it.
Is this the Oh, that's a lot better. Is this the
So-
thing of the off-world place, or?
No. This is the
Okay.
fact that Dodgy Dave gave you a microbead connection. Like, you have a comm frequency for him,
Oh yeah, yeah I do.
so you can just call him up and just
Yeah.
see
God
if he
damn.
can.
Well, I could just call him. We don't really need to worry too much. Like,
What is this room?
Yeah, call him. Ask him if he know anyone.
I will do that.
That room right there is where you put supplies. It's basically a storage room.
Sure, you call Dodgy Dave. It takes a couple of moments. You can hear that it's connected. It's just making a noise ringing at the other end for a while before the receiver is picked up. You can hear that there's a loud boom as the receiver's picked up. Hello, Dodgy Dave's Dodgy Weapon Import. Boom. How can I help you?
Is everything okay there, Dave? It's Mordecai. Good. You
Who?
under attack?
Who?
Uh,
Yes,
we
yeah.
Some stuff from you a while ago, and yeah.
Oh, it's a normal day in the Underhive. Things are kicking off as usual, I guess. Another explosion, and outside, and the line kind of goes statically for a moment, and you hear you can start to hear like this. There's a voice at the other end, but you can't make it out, and then you cut in at the middle of a conversation. The missus, she's been keeping all right and off my back a bit since I recovered from that arse whipping. But apart from that, things are the God Emperor protects and all that. Another explosion goes off.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah. The God Emperor protects. You need us to come down and sort anything out for you? You sure?
Oh no,
Everything's all right?
no! It looks like the Poison Kiss are back and just clearing out some of the remnants, I think, or something along those lines.
Well, hopefully they'll treat you better than. Yeah.
Well,
Sorry,
I never had a broken nose or a cracked arm from them, so yeah, I should imagine things will be better.
Well, that's good. Sorry, we've been a bit absentee recently. Everything kicking off, we try to keep a low profile.
That's understandable, but I'm afraid I can't really do any weapons or anything. That's all gone. That's all gone. But I can always see what other deals and fabulous things I can sort out for you.
Oh, that's exactly why I'm calling you, not for weapons.
Someone screams in the background, just says, "Ah!"
We've come into a bit of property elsewhere in the hive, but we've recently relieved the previous owners of it. But he's a bit of a shithole. Not gonna lie to you. Do you think you could get me in touch with some people that can help fix this place up, and maybe you can come up with the missus and help us out as well?
Sure. I know a few people who do auctions and wholesale stuff for manufactorums and things. I have some contacts in that kind of. There's just this blood-curdling scream and then a wet splat sound that sounds like it was from right outside, but he just carries on. There's just so I should be able to splat. It shouldn't be a problem. Might have to give it 2 days before I can really leave the old bunker. But it's saying 3 days. I'll get my contacts whereabouts, and he basically asks for the location.
Yeah, I give it to him. Say
Sure.
It's a club that used to be called the Salty Nipple, though I think we're renaming it. It's insert exact directions here.
Sure, you give him the coordinates, and he agrees to meet you in 3 days. He'll contact you if it has to be more, but he reckons 3.
I'll see you then, Dave, and don't forget the missus while you're
Ask for
on your way.
Sure, yeah, I'll bring her along. She likes the old Freddy stuff.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Well, stay safe. See you then.
So the line goes quiet. Yes, he will appear hopefully in about 3 days' time.
Awesome. Anyone else we need to contact?
So I'll tell you what. Let's. You've had a nice conversation for now. We'll say you set about cleaning up your rooms. Just getting your shit in order, getting some food in for a couple of days, and things of alcohol if you need it. Say to take your room to a livable standard, absolute basic, just clean stuff. Probably about 30 thrones, and that will give you a little writing table, a little clean sheets and stuff like that. You can spend as much as you want. Put it in your journal how much you spend. Yeah, how much you spend. And we'll have a chat after session if you want anything really fancy, and we'll talk about it. So 3 days will pass as you're doing your cleaning your area up, sorting out the club, getting rid of stuff. After a day has passed, 3 servitors turn up. 2 of them set to work in the club, going through cleaning stuff and sorting things, and 1 of them comes into your living quarters. Jenny, you would know that this one seems to have an upgraded, basically, command protocols.
Hey.
So this one gives orders to the other ones, and if you want to change orders, you basically give them to this one.
Ooh, so we have a servitor foreman.
Essentially, yeah. But for
This
now,
one sits around, does nothing, and bosses the rest of them around.
for now, this one will basically function to clean and keep your areas tidy. If you don't want it in your room, you just have to tell it. If you don't want it to clean your stuff, you just have to let it know. So 2 days in, 2 days in to your 3-day pass. Everything's clean-ish. Things have not been replaced, but tables have kind of been bodged together, and the bar's kind of been sorted out. Parts of it were removed and chopped together to make it one clean piece of metal. When people see that you're busy at work doing stuff here, the bar girls, so the ones that were getting paid, not the slave girls, the bar girls come back and ask about, are you opening? Are you looking for work? Who are you? A bit of inquiry. Are you saying that this is the Talon Gang territory now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So all your other... No, it's been said now. Someone took the initiative. So all your gang members will now protect this block and this street and the surrounding area. We'll have a talk after the session what your alignments are. I'm guessing I know. So for now, they're just going to be kind of goody two-shoes around the place. You have bar staff. The girls can let you know if you want it to be a titty bar, if you want it to be like what it was, kind of what it was like before. The girls who were freed from this place, some of them are still around, some of them went with the Poison Kiss. The bar staff can get you in contact with them, and that's basically an upgrade for your place.
Yep.
So yeah, on the 3rd day is when Dodgy Dave will turn up with 2 of his mates. We don't need to go into deep RP with it. He will basically go round, and his mates will say, "Yeah, we can supply you with drinks. We can supply you with furnishings. We can supply you with the people to move stuff in and out." So all the upgrades are now open to you. If you want to do more RP, let me know now. If you want, we can skip over more time and you can see more stuff happening within the hive.
I don't think we need any additional.
Practical question.
Yeah.
This, I assume we'll arrange upgrading also post session.
Sorry, did what now?
We will also arrange upgrading post session.
Yeah, you can
Or not.
upgrade. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we can. Unless anyone wants to really do any RP, we could probably manage a time skip or two.
Okay. So
Yeah,
for
let's go.
now, there are things that you can. So in next week's session, basically, any tinkering that Jenny wants to do, any weapons making, anything like that, we'll do the rolls for it.
Oh yeah, make me a list.
Yeah, basically, you can have a list. You can have, and we can go for it next time. A full 10 days will pass in total. In those 10 days, work gets done to your bar. Dodgy Dave's comrade, shall we say, he will gift you a pick screen. And it gets set up pretty early on within the 10-day pass, including the 7-day pass from when Dodgy Dave's friend turns up.
Okay.
2 days in, Liliana would have a visitor of Tiffany. So Tiffany does turn up. Next week, we can do some stuff with Tiffany. If you want to question her, Jim, just let me know.
I would like to, but I'm gonna leave this to next week. Hopefully, I will have a proper,
Transformer outside.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we
Yeah.
can't hear the hammer guy.
This is true.
I mean, you can't hear the hammer guy, but I can hear guys, talking like robot. I
You're kinda
probably
robotic
sound like a
yourself,
robot too.
Yeah.
So
I am using the crappy signal connection I have. It's currently at G, so it's not even 4G.
towards the end of the week, the pick feed comes on without you guys touching it, and you all gather round as another recording is made.
Oh dear.
Within the 10 days, you've also found out that the founding has caused yet more problems. There have actually been some riots, only small ones, but there have been some riots. The pick feed comes on, and you see the pick recording servo skulls flying around, again, magnificently dressed, elegantly looking, regal. The governess of the planet.
Oh dear.
She goes into a very long speech about how the planet is doing great, how things are doing well, how the people are inspiring her to do better. And she brings up the unrest of the founding, and that the people must just accept this. This is just something that they must accept.
Drink your fucking Kool-Aid, peasants.
But you don't see the Lord Commander. Lord Commander, I believe it's Jack von Van Sebastian Roy. I believe it's what his full name is.
Jack von Las Sebastian Roy, yeah.
He is not there. Neither is the Inquisitorial member who was there before. Now, you'd notice with the pick screen at the moment, and with all government recordings, there is a light above the pick screen, and it is showing green. This is the governess's power at work. This is not a military broadcast. And for some time she goes in that the hive's production is low and must be brought up, and how the work shifts will be increased, and how tighter belts will be done, and that she hopes within the next few months that when Battlefleet Ultramar, parts of Battlefleet Ultramar, Yes.
It would be Ultramar.
Yeah, it would be Ultramar. Make their way here to pick up the new regiment that they will find a strong and worthy, and it cuts off. The light above the pick screen turns red. A military broadcast. Darius and Ezio would know this immediately. You see,
Shit's about to go down.
You see Lord Sebastian Van Roy sat in an armchair in a study. There is another individual out of pick screen, but you can see another shoulder and another chair. He looks regal, sat with a glass of Amasec in one hand and a cyberized raccoon on his lap. And he strokes its head.
Sake.
God damn it.
He will be brought in as often as possible. It is the Soon Raccoon's moment.
Use the Easter egg. The Soon Raccoon will look at the screen, give a slight slight wave. Nobody notices.
Citizens of Agrafria, you do the God Emperor service in your daily struggles. I know that the news of your world's loss of its heritage has struck you all deeply, and it was not what I had planned. But I have spoken and sent messages to the Munitorum offices upon the planet of Ultramar, and I have ensured that your heritage will not be forgotten. Yes, you will become the 77th Regiment, but each regiment will hold the heraldry of your predecessors. For as long as you enter battle fighting for the God Emperor and humanity, those on the battlefield will know where you have come from and who you fight for. And the Munitorum believes that my actions here are correct, even though it is unorthodox. But I cannot allow the governess's foolish actions to strip a world of its honour and dignity to go unanswered. So please, people of this proud city, remember that the God Emperor gave everything for us, and now sits upon the golden throne on hallowed terra. Thus we give everything for him. The God Emperor protects. And you hear, just before the camera flicks over, thus we serve. The light turns green again. You all see the planetary governess no longer stood elegantly in a righteous pose of power, but she is turning, shouting to someone. What is going on? How is he? I am so happy that the Lord Commander was able to join us. I only wish he had spoken to me to inform me that he would be giving a impromptu speech from, I'm sure, a very comfortable position. But I shall stand here and struggle for the people. And she goes on about basically a very fart-sniffing speech about how she is struggling, so the people should struggle too.
Bitch, please.
I was forced to eat a day-old caviar. I'm not sure how I'm gonna recover from this traumatic experience.
And as our
My
pick
pillows
pick recorder goes out, there is a flicker behind the group as the hollow field falls for just a moment and re-engages. As our servo skull again checks out the group and informs whoever is watching how they're doing. Sat quite comfortably in their new property, preparing for their new adventures within the Middle Hive. And that's where our episode ends. So, I certainly hope you've all enjoyed this chapter of our series. The Underhive is technically completed. There are a few little mysteries still going on that our group can, of course, investigate if they so wish. But they will find that the main gangs down there are not quite as hostile towards them. So I certainly hope you will join us in future episodes to find out what our group get up to, and if they ever do mend those bridges between the Poison Kiss, and just what is that ominous thing in the Underhive. We'll find out in future episodes. So take care, everyone. And as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.